and let your answers show. Red and refreshing, cool to the core. Yellow and sweet, a favorite once more. Golden and tropical.
It's much better than my vision. I was like trying to tell her what I wanted. I'm like, she'll do what she. I'm like, she'll do what she does.
And this is the difference. So it's so cool to see how I'm coming to the Olympia for 2025 versus how I was coming into the Olympia for 2024 last year.
I stood backstage, looking at my reflection, and I didn't recognize myself anymore. The girl staring back wasn't the one who fell in love with fitness. She was a stranger chasing something she could never catch. These words, whispered by Ashlyn Little in a rare vulnerable moment, reveal a truth that millions of her followers never suspected. Behind the flawless physique that earned her second place at the 2025 Bikini Olympia lies a journey darker and more complex than anyone imagined. And the truth is more impactful than you ever expected. Are you enjoying this story about Ashlyn Little? Then help the channel with your subscription. Look, 94.8% of people who watch these videos still aren't subscribed to the channel. If you're part of that group, take the opportunity and subscribe now. It's free, and you'll keep receiving incredible stories of legendary bodybuilders who shaped the sport. Oh, and don't forget, at the end of the video, you'll find more stories like this one. The fitness world knows Ashlyn Little as the embodiment of aesthetic perfection, a competitor who transformed her physique with surgical precision, climbing from 6th place in 2024 to silver medal glory in just 1 year. Her Instagram feed showcases immaculate symmetry, her hourglass silhouette defying nature itself. But what the camera doesn't capture is the 3-year war she waged against her own reflection, the obsessive training protocols that left her isolated from friends and family, and the breaking point that nearly ended her career before her greatest triumph. Ashlyn's journey began not in a glamorous gym, but in a small-town CrossFit box in Ohio, where a teenage girl with body image issues discovered that iron didn't judge. Her early photos reveal someone unrecognizable, athletic but unremarkable, competing in local shows with dreams bigger than her budget. The transition to bikini competition came after a coach noticed her natural waist-to-hip ratio, suggesting she had the genetics that money can't buy. What he didn't mention was the price she'd pay trying to perfect what nature had started. The 2024 Olympia should have been Ashlyn's validation. Instead, it became her nightmare. Finishing 6th while watching competitors she'd beaten throughout the season stand on podiums felt like betrayal. The fitness industry whispered theories. Her conditioning wasn't sharp enough. Her posing lacked confidence. Her presentation seemed rushed. But the real shadow looming over Ashlyn was Lorelei Chapados, the reigning champion whose effortless grace and picture-perfect physique set an impossible standard. Chapados didn't just win shows. She redefined what bikini division success looked like. Industry insiders began calling her the new standard, suggesting that anyone hoping to compete at the elite level needed to match her aesthetic. For Ashlyn, this created an obsession. She hired Chapados as former posing coach, studied frame-by-frame footage of her routines, even contacted her nutritionist seeking consultation. Friends noticed the shift. Ashlyn stopped attending social gatherings, turned down collaboration opportunities, and became increasingly isolated in her pursuit of perfection. One training partner revealed, she wasn't trying to beat Lorelei anymore. She was trying to become her. The pressure cooker intensified during the 2025 prep season when Ashlyn's family staged an intervention. Her sister confronted her with photos spanning 2 years, showing progressive weight loss that had gone beyond competition prep into dangerous territory. "You're disappearing," her mother pleaded during a tearful phone call. But Ashlyn couldn't stop. She'd invested everything, her relationships, her financial security, her mental health, into this singular goal. Behind closed doors, the training had become punishing. 6 days weekly, double cardio sessions that left her dizzy and depleted. Her coach pushed macros so low that Ashlyn admitted, "Some days I fantasized more about food than I did about winning." The supplementation became aggressive. Fat burners stacked with diuretics, pre-workouts to mask the exhaustion, sleeping aids because anxiety wouldn't let her rest. She documented none of this on social media, maintaining the illusion of balance and sustainable prep while privately drowning. Her relationship with her long-term boyfriend collapsed 3 months before the Olympia when he confessed he couldn't watch her destroy herself anymore. The loneliness was suffocating, but Ashlyn convinced herself it was temporary sacrifice for permanent glory. Then came the breaking point. 8 weeks out from the 2025 Olympia, Ashlyn collapsed during a training session. Not from dehydration or overtraining, but from a full-blown panic attack so severe that paramedics were called. Lying on the gym floor, unable to breathe, she experienced a terrifying clarity. "I realized I was going to die chasing this," she later confessed to her therapist. The diagnosis was severe: competition-induced anxiety disorder, disordered eating patterns, and hormonal disruption from extreme dieting. Her doctor recommended she withdraw from the Olympia entirely. For 72 hours, Ashlyn seriously considered it. She'd sacrificed everything and nearly lost herself completely. But during those dark hours, something shifted. Instead of quitting, she fired her coach and hired a sports psychologist. The final 8 weeks of prep looked radically different. Higher calories, reduced cardio, therapy sessions replacing extra workouts. Her new approach prioritized mental health equally with physical conditioning. "I decided that if I was going to compete, it had to be as myself, not as someone else's shadow," she explained. Walking onto the Olympia stage in October 2025, Ashlyn Little presented a physique that judges called transformative. The improvements were undeniable: fuller muscle bellies, better leg development, and a confidence that radiated from within rather than being painted on. When her name was announced for second place, beating former champions including the dethroned Lorelei Chapados who didn't even crack top 5, the fitness world erupted. But Ashlyn's reaction surprised everyone. No dramatic celebration, no victory posts. Instead, she posted a photo from her hospital visit with a caption that went viral. "Second place taught me more than first ever could have. I found myself by losing the person I was trying to become." The fitness industry didn't know how to process this vulnerability. Sponsors worried it undermined the aspirational image they marketed. But Ashlyn's honesty resonated with millions of women fighting their own battles with perfection. Her podcast episode discussing the panic attack garnered over 2 million downloads. Competitors privately messaged thanking her for speaking truth they'd been too afraid to voice. Today, Ashlyn Little trains differently. She still competes at the elite level but has become an outspoken advocate for mental health and bodybuilding. She works with young competitors, teaching sustainable prep strategies and psychological resilience. Are you enjoying this story about Ashlyn Little? Then help the channel with your subscription. Look, 94.8% of people who watch these videos still aren't subscribed to the channel. If you're part of that group, take the opportunity and subscribe now. It's free, and you'll keep receiving incredible stories of legendary bodybuilders who shaped the sport. Oh, and don't forget, at the end of the video, you'll find more stories like this one. Her legacy isn't just the silver medal or the dramatic one-year improvement. It's the conversation she sparked about the cost of perfection in an industry built on illusion. She transformed not just her physique, but the culture itself, proving that strength isn't just about what you build in the gym, but what you refuse to destroy in the process. "I chased perfection and found myself instead," she reflects. "That's the real victory.